That's Saturn in Aquarius already asking us to get mature, asking me to get mature, to get balanced, and be strategic. Yet still follow the structures in play. This is a tidal wave dream. All right. I actually understood this, coined by The Alchemy of Your Dreams by Leona Laz. All right. I'm going to explain. There's a two-page passage that relates to a physical dream, a real life dream that I've had as I woke up today. So, that dream will, good afternoon, what's up, Queen of Wands? That dream will continue to form, but it's this tidal wave dream, and it was a collective dream, okay, for everybody. For everybody listening right now, it was a collective dream. This collective dream was a tidal wave dream. Each of us need to understand, and right now what I'm talking about is Uranus in Taurus it's going through, okay? It's going through, and because Taurus, Earth energy is rapidly allowing our bodies to actually feel more through the body's intuition, okay? We have a tingling sense in our body. We have an update, a warning, a good feeling, a sense of pleasure, right? As I ask you to hit that thumbs up. Uranus and Taurus has rapidly upgraded our body, and the challenge has come from Saturn in Aquarius. Doing and bringing what? The maturity that's required, because Taurus is really a young sign. It's like 2 to 6 years old, right? 2 years in age. If Aries is 0, Taurus, 0 to 2 is Aries. Taurus is about 2 to 6 years in age. So it's a young energy. So it's like, how does a kid deal with the most traumatic moments, especially when you take all of its favorite toys? This is what's happening right now. Thank you for that thumbs up. I see you. This is what's happening right now. It's like, our favorite toys, our favorite pleasures, our favorite joys are being snatched away and almost imprisoned, almost caged, because certain resources are shifting in our life and we're being given different resources. This tidal wave dream actually plays a lot into this as a collective dream for everybody. Later in the week, I have a dream that I'm doing with Shireen, and she's a dream specialist. And so she's going to come in. So I'm going to definitely drop her link for you and schedule that. Hit the notification button that you want to join that live. It's on Thursday, 10 a.m. my time. I'm in Mexico City or CDT. All right. But really, I want to get to this tidal wave dream. All right. I don't want to spend much on the extra stuff, to be honest. I'm going to stay away from the extra unless I need to refer. Right now, Venus is in Leo at 29 degrees. 29 degrees is the degree of Leo at its most evolved form, but yet and however, 29 degrees is the degree where it doesn't necessarily mean that just because it's a higher degree, it understands how to be emotionally mature, like other 29, like other signs in their third decan, right? So the third decan, if you're from my tarot and as well as in astrology, the third decan is now the more mature energies of a Cancer, of a Leo, of an Aquarius, right? Gemini. But 29 degrees specifically, the degree of Leo itself, while Venus is in Leo, okay, Venus in Leo is a strong Venus. So what you never heard during this transit was that Leo and Venus was a weak transit. Nobody heard that. If anything, going into Venus and Virgo, we're going to hear a lot more about how petty is this sign, how much we are all starting to really understand, and that how much do we value being petty, how much do we really value the drama on a daily. We just keep watching reality TV shows, we just keep watching the news, we just keep doing what we know is hurting our body. We're not taking the rest when we know we need to take the rest, and it's like, okay, the consequences now, you're sick for 5 days and you're just shitting water. You feel me? Like, you came to that point where everything in your fucking life was just starting to shut down. Let's talk Venus and Leo and this collective tidal wave dream that I had that is going to impact everybody. Now, first off, it wasn't a tidal wave for me. It was actually a meteor. Okay, there was a meteor shower. There was Earth. As I asked you to hit the thumbs up, I'm gonna give you some acknowledgement and some love. I promise you this is a major time for a lot of healing. I got a lot of stuff that I got to say to you right now. All right, so definitely hit the thumbs up. So make sure that other people can get this while alive, while the energy is collectively pushing through me as a channel right now. Leo, okay, and the spiritual power, the spiritual ability of Leo and the metaphysical is actually channeling. Now, when I discovered this, I was like, oh crap, like Leo's a channel, because now this is my Jupiter in Leo as a 9th house teacher, all right? Teaching, but 29 degrees is the degree of karma. It's a degree of karma. So it doesn't necessarily just mean that it's stronger. It means that it's the most dramatic and climactic moment of that particular transit, where something might pop off strong that day. And Venus and Leo, most definitely. I've already pulled the Five of Wands. Okay, so the Five of Wands is like, you're going to get into a conflict no matter what. Right? No matter what, you're getting into a conflict. Yet and however, you're going to come out victorious after that conflict. So in the meanwhile, it's time to start really acting and being like a Leo and realize like it's not just about dressing up and being fly and being the life of the party just because. It's about you taking and using all that negative energy that people project onto you about, yo, you know, about your style, or yo, about, you know, your eating and your food habits. Okay, when you talk Taurus, Uranus in Taurus, or oh, you know, your systems, your business systems, and how you're running your entrepreneurial business, which would now be Saturn in Aquarius, what you're being required to do. As I ask you to hit that thumbs up, support your boy. What are you being asked to do in that moment? Thank you. I saw your thumbs up. I appreciate it. What are you being asked to do in that moment? You're being asked to step up to the plate and pull the trigger. And I really, I forgot this for myself. So this tidal wave dream, the tidal wave dream is mostly about a central image where you are completely helpless. You're held completely helpless. Now, how many of us in the chat right now feels completely helpless? How much of us in the chat right now are the drama is eventually in this finally getting to you? The hate, the envy is finally getting to you. This is Venus and Leo, 29 degrees. It's showing us all of our insecurities because fire signs are insecurities. Now, what's happening is because Venus and Leo going opposite of Saturn in Aquarius, it's hitting us global, okay? And it's hitting us karmically. So we were karmically owed and due this ass whooping. And honestly, all sincerity, if you've had money taken from you, if you've just recently lost your job, if your home is now currently in jeopardy and you can't figure out why you can't stabilize your home, all right? If your daily routines are just going abyss and you know you're not doing your mantras, all right? You're not doing your candle magic, you're not lighting your incense, you're not lighting your Palo Santo, okay? You're not cleaning your home, right? Virgo, Venus and Virgo is now here. It's going to make sure we value those rituals and those routines that your mind has already caught up to. While Mercury was in Virgo, getting ready to go retrograde at the same time as what? Virgo and Venus. So now you're being forced to value what the reflection's showing us about these things don't work. So this tidal wave dream, and this is what I learned this from. It was really from this book with The Alchemy of Your Dreams. It's about every structure that you already know is not working for you and you've been shown such a thing. All of those structures are now falling away because the meteors, hey, what's going on, Queen of Wands? The meteors was coming down and they were on fire, of course, but it wasn't just one. So there wasn't just one big meteor that smacked the planet. It hit the planet and it was taking it out one by one. The planet was going to die no matter what. But the meteors were smacking through from outer space at a way where, you know, I was literally sitting up at the top of this like skyscraper watching other skyscrapers just fucking fall, turn into ash, rubbles, crush. This was a collective dream. So really at the same time, it was a collective warning. So the warning essentially is you must officially, while Venus is in Leo 29 degrees, you must value everything that's supremely unique about yourself. No matter how weird you think your habit is, the more weird you are and creative you feel, which is key. You can't trick this energy because we've already passed Cancer season, so you know what you feel. You know what you feel different from what other people are feeling. I can understand a collective dream right now very different than I can understand, you know, my dream from the collective. Like, we're able to separate that from a feeling base. We understand it already. Now, Venus and Leo, going critical degrees, is saying you must be this version of yourself, no matter how much heat or smoke it brings you. No matter how much heat or smoke it brings you, sometimes that heat, that smoke, that adversary, that open enemy of yours, or even that enemy within your workspace, they were necessary. These adversaries were necessary energy to transmute the dark, and that's how we've been forced to understand the critical degree of 29, that Venus and Leo is making sure you value that. Because without that push, we as humans become very complacent very quickly, very soon. But the challenge between the opposition and Saturn Aquarius is saying that, look, we don't even have the ability to afford to do such a thing. We must get organized. We must get disciplined on exactly this. And we got to do it lightning and rapid fast, because we are upgrading human bodies right now, and bringing in their intuition, their body's intuition, so that they can actually sustain this upgrade. This tidal wave dream is saying, look, these two energies going through and having T-squares and trines between Uranus and Taurus, Earth energy, Saturn and Aquarius, and Earth Mother, Saturn, okay, with a wind energy, all right, a highly intelligent wind energy that has the ability to inform the Earth what needs to materialize and what needs to basically just wither away, because we're bringing in future intelligence. So the future intelligence, the future in the cosmic understanding of everything going on is saying, look, this is what we need to transmit to the young Taurus. Because Uranus and Taurus, Uranus is Aquarius. So Saturn Aquarius is giving the orders to Daddy or Big Mama, which is Capricorn, all right, Capricorn energy, Pluto in Capricorn, as well as Saturn being a ruler of Capricorn. It's now giving that energy. Because Taurus has to listen to Capricorn. Capricorn is the evolved energy. Taurus is just young. Capricorn is like 70 years old, 60 minimum. And the fact that Uranus is Aquarius' planet, it understands how to talk. They understand how to get the message and tell Taurus, look, this is what they're, we need to take their money. We need to make them afraid. We need to make them scared, because we need to see who's going to survive this heat. Because if they can't survive this heat, then they won't be able to rebuild themselves after this tidal wave. So briefly read what the tidal wave dream is from Athena Laz. All right? Because I feel like it's the most important part as I end this message. All right. Tidal wave dream. At its core, the tidal wave dream is a dream centered around one image, called a central image, that leaves the dreamer feeling helpless. Despite the name, the central image doesn't always have to be a tidal wave, although in many cases it actually is. Now, the reason why is because of the water, right? I do thank you for that thumbs up. The tidal waves represent the waters, representing our emotions. So what's flowing out of our emotions? This is the illusions that we've been facing with Neptune in Pisces. Now that Virgo energy has gone through Mercury, which means our mental understanding of our day-to-day, of our health, how we're taking care of our health, how we're not taking care of ourselves. Virgo is the reality. It's the earth that brings reality. Out of the two signs, Virgo is the most sustainable in reality. Sustainable because constant improvement. It doesn't get lazy and sit back like Taurus. And it doesn't keep pushing uncontrollably, like, you know, to avoid its feelings like Capricorn. Virgo is just a sustainable thing. And it represents destruction, right? It's like Demeter energy, like Persephone energy. It created the seasons. So we have a season in winter where we're chilling out, we're slow, we're quiet, we're reflective. We have a summertime where we're hot, we're springy, we're like, yeah, baby, I'm out here, And then you got spring where, you know, you feeling what you're feeling. You get a little bit of emotions out. You got fall where you start the gloomy process before the full depression in the winter, right? So this is the seasons of Virgo. Hit that thumbs up. This tidal wave dream is saying that it doesn't have to always be a tidal wave, right? It can actually be a fire. Mine's last night was meteors coming down on fire. This thing that had me feeling helpless, which really I didn't feel helpless, actually in my dream showed me in real life how much I'm already ready to surrender. Because I just sat there almost like sitting there sipping tea, out looking out the window as the world was completely, while everybody's going, I'm just like, here we go, here's another one. Here we go. Honestly, like I've had these end of the world dreams, like I know when they're collective and I know when they're minds, and this is a collective one. This is for everybody listening. Just let this next step of destruction happen. Because now Venus is in Virgo officially, which now gets rid of all the crap, all the poo, all the doo-doo. It could be a fire, it could be a terrifying militant man, it could be a tornado, for example. These are all things Uranus and Taurus. These are earthly matters, earthquakes, tornadoes, any type of thing like that can be representing how your structures are falling down right now in life, how your money is being taken, how your home is in jeopardy, you know, how the foods that you eat are being forced to transform and change, how you're starting to value the foods that you eat versus the foods you used to eat because you realize that your third eye was completely blocked. You realize everything intuitive about you was just foggy. And this is the Opposite of Virgo hitting on Pisces. Pisces being the house of dreams. Pisces being the house of dreams, transcendent understanding. Past lives. I just did a past life regression healing today with Irish Connection. If you weren't a part of that, which you probably weren't, if you weren't in the abundant reality, that was a private backdoor thing in our group. Looking more to get involved on this type of information I'm talking about, listen, we got things coming. Memberships are on the way. Memberships are on the way to make it affordable for the people. This has been my challenge. This is Saturn in Aquarius saying, this is what you're being forced to do. Like, we're going to discipline you, Pernell. I've ran memberships before and I had my own hurts. And this is where Chiron in Aries is bringing up times where it's like, look, you know, my sense of self, my sense of pride, my sense of like, I love everything creative about this project while being underneath somebody else that they could just take it from me at any point. That shit hurt. This is Chiron in Aries bringing up those times when you lost your job. I had somebody hit me up today saying, damn, I lost my job. She's not the only one. A lot of motherfuckers. And then that's the irony, right? It's like, if now, let's sit there and say, I'm in a space of spirituality, all my clients lose their jobs, guess what? I didn't lose my job. But that's when we have to wake up and realize that Neptune in Pisces is really showing us this illusion. You have to see through this with the fire at the 29 degrees of Venus and Leo. You must value this fire of your friends, your community, especially your close-knit family members, or the people that respect everything creative about you. We must value that right now. This is what 29 degrees of Leo was asking of us. Because the things that are required on a structural level for us to reform, to accelerate, and have a complete and total revolution, with Saturn in Aquarius as a people before March next year, when Pluto in Capricorn gets out and it goes to Aquarius, we're going to all be forced to come together, the people. I saw your thumbs up and I do appreciate you for that. Thank you. I appreciate that. So this collective tidal wave dream, remember, like any end of the world dream where you feel completely helpless, you know you can't do anything, understand what are you smelling at that time frame. What is your nervous system going through? Ask yourself, like, am I nervous about this? Like, am I just excited about this that is coming? Am I feeling numb and completely indifferent? Am I feeling like a nervous excitement where it's good, but you know, I'm a little scared? Understand and take inventory of your feelings and your bodies when these messages cross you. Recognize the shocks to the body, because the body is now informing us. With Uranus in Taurus, we have the ability to take in the intelligence of your human body and be more aware of it, because Virgo is there. So it is simply this tidal wave dream, or for me, like I said, it was meteors coming down on fire. The world was going up into flames. All right. What I needed to notice in that moment was, what was my body saying? What was my body saying? My body was telling me, it's just another cataclysmic event, bro. You know what this is. You're a Scorpio rising. Let it transform. Let it change. Let humans, people, you know, the human consciousness more so is afraid of death. Like, it thinks that it's over when it dies. And it's like, no, an ego death happens many times in our life. And that's all of this going on right now. It's an ego death, because Neptune in Pisces is the great dissolver. Neptune is the great dissolver. It's dissolving all grand illusions and deceptions, especially the ones we had of our image of ourselves, because of some wound that we face with Chiron and Aries. But the opposite, and why you was feeling tension in your relationship dynamics recently, and I said, look, relationship trauma is coming because you got Mercury in retrograde coming. It's shadow. So what happens in shadow is a lot more indicative of what the actual Mercury retrograde is going to be like. It's giving you a glimpse, a little foreshadow. So when you understand, you take in that, you realize as well, what's up? In October, Mars is in retrograde. Oh shit. Uranus in Taurus is already in retrograde. Oh crap. Saturn in Aquarius is already in retrograde. Oh crap. Pluto retrograde. What the hell? So what are we saying? Everything on the dark end of the year, the last 6 months, like I've been saying, is from Libra up to about Pisces. That's all the last 6 signs that's in the dark. So you're going to be forced to get reflective. You're going to be forced to get down and busy with the rest. It pisses me off how much I've been having to rest. I'm like, man, like Virgo, you know, it's like, I thought Virgo was the work, right? I thought it was the work. No, Virgo is the rest. Virgo is the constant improvement on how did you used to take care of your body this time last year? And how are you being required and asked to take care of it now by your actual guidance? Because we dissolve the illusions. How many of us feel the fog starting to go away? I had a dead clear message when in a candle the other day. I swear to God, like I looked at the tip of the candle, and the tip of the candle, you're not going to see it now because it burned, but the tip of the candle had the sign of Neptune. The signs are absolutely go everywhere. The synchronicities right now are coming in at an all-time high because reality is being met with the illusion. Virgo is meeting Pisces, and reality is met with the illusion. Things start to change the game. Venus in Leo at the 29th degree is like, you must accept and embrace that you were just a shit, that you have had conflicts, but that you always have come up on top on the conflicts. It's starting to look at your confident, notion, looking at confidence in a way, looking at courage in a way where you're like, look, it's not about like, oh, I'm done and I'm ready for courage, to feel more courageous, I'm ready to feel more bold, I'm ready to feel more audacious. It's just about understanding that your mind has already surpassed that 2 signs ago. Mercury and Leo, your mind already been there. Today the moon is in Sagittarius, so the moon in Sagittarius asking you to actually say, look, go ahead and take an adventure, be risky enough. If you stayed in the house all day yesterday, today is definitely the day to go outside on this Sunday and just start kicking. Just walk outside, go somewhere random. Honestly, just take a random turn, go down a random alley, take an adventure. That's what Sag is asking, because through that you'll take and understand the meaning behind why you have been suffering lately. So for me, the meaning why I've been suffering lately is because of Cancer, everything Cancer. I had to recognize, there's an imprint. There's an imprint from my relationship that I got in at 16 years old. From 16 to about 21 years old. But Cancer has imprinted during that time frame. And those pains, those hurts, those lies, those betrayals, okay, that infidelity, that junk set the program, the imprint, based through nostalgia. And then makes that now recreate itself over and over, because Cancer is asking me, in a sense, with my Cancer and I have a lot of Cancer. I have Cancer 8th house, right? So I have a lot of feeling into the unconscious. And my Scorpio 12th house allows me to feel into the collective conscious, the collective dreams, which is this tidal wave dream, like I said, where this tidal wave dream and how I had it in meteors coming down last night, rocks on fire, were saying, I have to destroy those imprints, complete obliteration. It's not something I can just like, tap on and say, hey, can you heal? Yep, things are getting real. What's up, Wonky J? Thank y'all for those thumbs up. I appreciate you. Yeah, things are not only getting real, but things have been real. But the difference is, just because we know about how real they are mentally doesn't mean we're ready to face that. So what's happening now is, because Venus is going to step into Virgo, we're going to be forced to face that. We're going to be forced to face that. And that's kind of what's happening. That's what's different. That's what's changing. So Venus in Virgo is like, you must take care of the body. You must do self-care, not aftercare. I had an interview recently with a woman doing self-care versus aftercare, and how this needs to become the new care. Self-care is taking care of things before you burn out. When you already burn out, when you're already just like, boom, and you just drop on the bed, that's not okay. That means you went too far. That means you overexerted. I am a classic overexerter, but Virgo season and having a Virgo moon this year, my feminine and my moon now being in Virgo from my natal being in Aries, it's like this has become so emotionally important for me to take care of my actual feelings and my emotions for myself, and organize my emotions for myself before somebody else tries to organize. And this comes from really having a childhood of just like having a very confusing and even illusionary sense of security and safety, and how does a day-to-day life go, and how do I really want to eat, take care of my body. All of those things were all part of Neptune's illusion, Neptune's fog. But this year I have 3 Pisces in the 10th house. So what's happening? I'm showing up on public with the dreams, the house of dreams, coming in with a tidal wave dream, telling you to collectively warn you, like, things are crashing, they're crumbling, and it's only happening because reality is here. So, really, to be honest, it's madness happening. But because, like I said, Virgo was acting of what is acting, I now take this rest. Look at that. Did the fire just go out, or was it already out? I just saw fire light back up. I think it wants me to light the fire. Yet, however, I also feel like that's a trick. And so I shall not. All right, listen, ladies and gentlemen, tidal wave dream, essentially, it's coming to ask you to surrender. Things are completely getting rewritten right now on a subconscious programming level on your dream state. You should pay very much attention, become very aware of your emotions, and start regulating those. It's a clear sign to pour self-compassion on right now. That's what's happening with this. That's what this author as well, Alina Laz, is saying. And to look at the needs that need to be healed, because Virgo is the healer. Look at what needs to be healed. And it's more important right now to do external support. And that's why I put my link and I pinned it in the chat. This is an external support. Like, I'm getting right now, I just got a past life regression healing. I just got a past life regression healing today. And I need deeper work. I'm going to go ahead and extend that and do a larger version of that. So her recommendation at this point is really get extra help to help recalibrate while you go through the healing process. Because you're sitting on fears right now. You need external support to see it. We're too close, right? In a way, to help manage the process of the healing and understand the traumas that you've experienced. I need to grab that book. Just pulled all my dream books out 2 days ago. The Alchemy of Your Dreams. And it talks about this tidal wave dream, and it's like, right now it's literally saying, and I tested this myself, like I just got a healing session done today. And a part of it is telling me like, I'm trying to actually get off of this live. I'm trying to just hit the message at where I hit it, because Virgo is asking for that rest. It's like, as much as I don't want to rest any more than I already been resting, and it almost pisses me off how much I'm resting, I understand when my moon progressed in Virgo, this shit is critical. So there's frightening and flooding emotions a lot of times in a tidal wave dream. Obviously, it's just emotions, but mine's came. This is the why I wanted to kind of say this, because mine's came. My dream was the world ended. I mean, it's just that simple. This is a collective dream for all of us here. But it ended not in a tidal wave, because remember, it's just a central image. So everything that took over the world at this point was the fact that a meteor shower was coming, rocks big as hell and on fire. And I'm just sitting there like, kind of like, This is trying to preemptively prepare us with reality before. What's up, Leo Lover? What's up, Elijah? I appreciate both of y'all. Thank everybody for hitting those thumbs up. Welcome back. Welcome back. Be very careful with what did I see? Okay. So be very, very mindful of what emotion seems to be flooding, because 12th house, the house of dreams, when Virgo is now showing us reality, it's trying to preemptively prepare us for Scorpio season. Because if we just went into Scorpio season and just had the raw death at where you're at right now, you would physically die. I promise you, the pain will be so tremendous, it would be so great if the mask came off, all 15 of them, and the 17 more masks that you're hiding behind, and the 17,000 more masks that I'm hiding behind, when they all come undone at one time, because you already know, and I already know, there is I'm ignoring my true destiny, right? Like, we're being asked to recognize what is irrational about our fears when it comes to pursuing our most unique self while Venus is in Leo at 29 degrees. What is the irrational fear about being our most unique self, our most creative version, our most egoic form of, I am the cheerleader for myself. I am the cheerleader, okay? I want to give you a clap, matter of fact, because on some serious stuff, if you're alive right now, that means that you did enough. Even if it was the bare minimum, you did enough to meet the requirements of Saturn in Aquarius, which will kill a mother lover. And if not, it will by the moon going in Aquarius in a couple more days. I mean, it is what it is. It is that simple. You got to follow the rules to an extent. And when I say the rules, I'm talking about your personal integrity. Your personal integrity in this instance is about what makes you unique, different from me. Right? You can even be an astrologer at the same time, but like, what makes you your own astrologer? And how can you get along, in a sense, with me, even if you don't get along with me? Venus and Leo is asking us to weed out, before we step into Venus and Virgo, weed out all the hate, weed out all the envy, okay? Weed out everything that we look at as a drug. And I'm not even talking about as physical drugs right now. I'm like, not in a simple instance, like Netflix can be your drug. Anything that you cannot stop. I could be an avid writer. I can be an avid reader, and reading can be my drug. So it's asking us to look at what is your drug. Because drugs is Pisces, and the fact that Virgo is here is like, look at it realistically. Not what you're gonna say because you're on the internet and you're live and you're like, I don't know if I should say that, or maybe I'm going to regret that, or maybe this and that. And it's like, quite frankly, the way I live my life, I don't have the time for that. But it's another reason why I'm not going to get got. If anything, I'm going to find plenty of ways to deceive myself. And these are my bigger battles. And for me, this is the overwhelming and irrational fears. It's like really me taking a more honest look at, how have you deceived yourself? Like I told you, if I've had an imprint from 16 years old to about 21 years old, where cancer has imprinted literally on my sex life, literally on my emotions. How can I express my emotions, or how do I have to keep my emotions private because of emotional manipulation and domination? And it's like I've been forced to look at with the real eyes, because it's a part of taking care of my health. This is the tidal wave dream, taking every fucking structure, it's ripping that bitch out of this. You understand what I'm saying? This is a collective dream that's coming out. It's like the earth was over, and the only real symbolism behind that is I must, and you must, take a serious look at your irrational fears, at my irrational fears, and I must get rid of them. And I must start weeding that process down now, because otherwise in November, when Scorpio season comes, that death will be so much tougher. Start doing your emotional healing now, because Virgo is a very nice healer. It may be petty, it may be annoying at all the details that it never skips, but at the end of the day, it is the virgin, it's the mother, it's a motherly healer. Scorpio is a warrior. Scorpio comes out. Do you know what it's like to have all your realities crash at one moment? So my personal recommendation is really start to honor the fact that right now it's time for you to be you. I'm out of here. I love y'all. Elijah for the book is called The Alchemy of Your Dreams. All right, I'm gonna get up out of here. I tell people it's a great time to get healing sessions. Take a tarot from your favorite reader right now. Book an astrology therapy session with me one-on-one. All right. I actually think I'm gonna run a discount soon. I've been thinking about it, so that's your early warning. If you want that live, you kind of got that ahead. All right. I love you. I love you. I love you. If you're interested, just drop so in the comments if you want to know more. I have my WhatsApp in the chat. Not in the chat, but I have my WhatsApp in the description, so you can just check. You'll see my WhatsApp. You can send me a direct message. It'll come to this phone. And from here, I want to say thank you. Understand this tidal wave dream was here. Things are getting wiped out. I told you everything you need to know. Please do hit that thumbs up. If you're brand new, hit the subscription button now.